And the game's difficulty wouldn't be such an issue if, well, the game worked. About a third of the game's spells, equipment, etc. either don't work as intended or don't work at all, and it's incredible how little I'm exaggerating when I say this. Discussing all of it would likely be enough for an entirely new video on its own, so I'll try to rattle off the most notable examples as quickly as I can. There are several weapons in the game that are meant to have elements or species-specific properties, making them more effective against enemies of the appropriate type. This is balanced out by these weapons having fairly middling stats otherwise. However, these special properties don't actually work, so the weapons are completely useless. The expensive house item is meant to act as a portable inn, healing the party's HP and MP and allowing them to save. Now, it does do all that, just in the wrong order. It saves the game before it restores the party's MP, meaning if you use one and then turn off the game, you'll have wasted the item without actually recovering your MP. The only way around this is to immediately use a tent or cabin to save again after the house restores your MP. Critical hit rates don't work as intended at all. Each weapon is supposed to have a unique critical hit rate, but instead it's just programmed so that later game weapons will always have higher crit rates. This makes one particular sword useless, as it's meant to have low stats but an incredibly high crit rate, but it just doesn't. The monk actually gets his magic defense stat lowered when he's upgraded to a master. It's honestly not clear if this is intended or a bug. The mute spell is meant to make a character unable to cast spells, but for some reason it also makes you unable to use potions or items. The intelligence stat literally does nothing. The spells Temper, Saber, Lock, and Exfer literally do nothing. The Lock 2 spell works, but it does the opposite of what it's supposed to. The Run command is supposed to check the luck stat of the character making the attempt in order to determine success, but for some reason it checks the luck stat of your last two characters instead. There is at least one bug that works to the player's benefit. The Heal 3 spell recovers double the amount of HP it's meant to. They had to give us one at least, I guess. And those are just the ones I could easily sum up. If you really get into the nitty-gritty of the game, you'll find even more. And the worst part of this is, without someone pointing any of these bugs out, the player has no way of knowing they're even there. Glitchy games are still being sold today, sure, but at least bugs nowadays are obvious.